What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Brooke Ridge's jealousy explodes at Nick's grand gesture. While Ridge Forrester's jealousy grows, the Bold and the Beautiful reveals that Nick Marone will make a grand gesture for Brooke Logan. Nothing can stop a wonderful trip to Italy from happening now that the miraculous recovery of Liam Spencer is getting more and more attention. Because of this, Eric Forrester will give a big speech and insist that the trip continues. Eric will extol the wonderful time they will have and all of the exciting possibilities that lie ahead. It's no secret that Eric thinks Ridge and Brooke should reunite, so he'll drop a few more hints about that. However, Nick has been pushing Brooke to join him in Italy so they can mix business with pleasure. As he tries to persuade Brooke that this is a good idea, it turns out that on Tuesday's B&B episode, Nick will carry out a grand gesture. It appears that Brooke will fall in love with Nick and wonder if starting a new chapter with him is the right move. The prospect of starting over with someone who isn't rejecting her like Ridge will entice a portion of Brooke. Ridge's jealousy will rise once Brooke informs Eric and Ridge that Nick is traveling to Italy as well. Nick and Ridge are already in a lot of tension, and Brooke's information will only make Ridge more irritated. Nick will definitely be a part of this Italy adventure, even though Ridge won't want him around during their trip to Capri and Naples. Brooke and Nick will become closer in upcoming special episodes, but Ridge and his own love story with Brooke should not be discounted just yet. Ridge will keep dragging his feet on a Brooke reunion for now, but it's obvious that he still wants her deep down. Ridge won't realize that until he experiences some shocking events in Italy, so don't miss out on the upcoming twists and turns. According to the Bold and the Beautiful, Eric will continue to act as a matchmaker for Brooke and Ridge during this time, so keep an eye out for all the ways he will insist that they are their final act. Ridge bans Nick from trip. The Bold and the Beautiful reveals that before Ridge Forrester excludes Nick Marone from their trip, Eric Forrester's video will bring back some gloomy memories of Brooke Logan. Eric will express his joy over Liam Spencer's recovery at the workplace. That is great news for Liam and all of his loved ones, and it also means that Forrester Creations' trip to Italy can go as planned. When everything with Liam was so uncertain, Brooke and Ridge were a little concerned about leaving, but now they know about his treatment. Eric will concentrate entirely on the upcoming Italian excitement once he receives updates. Eric will demonstrate a team-produced promotional video, which he will watch with Brooke and Ridge. It will emphasize the connection between Forrester's iconic design and Italian inspiration, so there will be footage of Brooke's Portofino showpiece from the past. After the video's over, Brooke will admit it brought back some amazing memories, but she'll add that it brought back some sad ones, too. Since he didn't mean to upset Brooke, Eric will apologize, but she won't hold it against him. Having said that, Brooke will acknowledge that things have changed now that Ridge and Taylor Hayes are back together. It'll be hard for Brooke since she's still longing for Ridge and their reunion. Eric will be taken aback when Brooke suggests Nick join them in Italy. Nick might get in the way of Brooke and Ridge's happy ending because Eric has high hopes for them. On Tuesday's B&B episode, Ridge will immediately attempt to discredit Nick's inclusion by claiming that this is a business trip. Nick will not be invited to Naples, and Ridge will do everything in his power to prevent him from doing so. However, Ridge's efforts won't pan out since Nick is free to travel to Italy if he wants to, and he indeed wants to. Nick already pushed Brooke to come on an adventure with him and intends to make sure she has some fun instead of just working the whole time. The Bold and the Beautiful say Nick will make another attempt to sweep Brooke off her feet in Tuesday's episode, so stay tuned. Nick Marone's grand gesture for Brooke Logan in the Bold and the Beautiful sends shockwaves through the Forrester family and stirs up a storm of jealousy in Ridge Forrester, whose old wounds and complicated history with Brooke threaten to rip open once again. The Forrester family is getting ready to go on their much-anticipated trip to Italy, which promises elegance, high fashion, and, of course, explosive drama, as the news of Liam Spencer's miraculous recovery spreads like wildfire. Eric Forrester, always the romantic and ever-hopeful matchmaker, gathers the family and employees of Forrester Creations, insisting that now is the perfect time to press ahead with the glamorous Italian trip. He delivers a speech that is sincere and passionate about their shared past, their design legacy, and the endless possibilities that await them overseas with renewed optimism. But beneath the surface of Eric's celebration is a hidden agenda, his desire to see Ridge and Brooke finally reunite, once and for all. Nick takes advantage of the buzzing preparations for Naples and Capri to present Brooke with a daring and unexpected plan. He wants them to talk about more than just business in Italy. He wants them to talk about a possible future together. Nick reveals his grand gesture on Tuesday's B&B episode, a personalized invitation designed with romance in mind. It includes plans to visit some of Italy's most breathtaking locations and hints at rekindling their relationship. For Brooke, the proposition comes at a vulnerable time. Ridge is once again indecisive, entangled in a rekindled relationship with Taylor Hayes, and the door to their love story feels like it's slowly closing. However, Nick's offer is a breath of fresh air and a chance to experience something that hasn't been marred by years of emotional bickering. Brooke, torn between the history she shares with Ridge and the new chapter Nick seems ready to write, finds herself swooning. Nick's charm, his earnestness, and the promise of adventure all seem to appeal to the part of her that's tired of being second-guessed. Ridge is the first to react when she tells Ridge and Eric about Nick's plans, igniting his jealousy instantly. Ridge and Nick have never seen eye to eye, especially when it comes to Brooke, and this latest development only pours gasoline on a long smoldering fire. Ridge immediately labels the trip a business endeavor and declares that Nick has no place there, attempting to shut the door on his rival's inclusion. But Nick, confident and undeterred, insists he's coming along, legally free to do as he pleases, and he intends to win Brooke's heart. Despite his reservations, Eric acknowledges that Nick's participation in the trip cannot be prevented. Still, he makes it clear he hopes Brooke will see past the distractions and follow her heart, one that Eric believes has always belonged to Ridge. But even Eric can't deny the intensity with which Nick is pursuing Brooke, nor can he ignore the visible shift in Ridge's demeanor. Ridge, normally the composed leader of Forrester Creations, begins to unravel under the pressure. He gnaws at the thought of Nick being so close to Brooke, particularly in a romantic setting like Italy. Though Ridge has been slow to fully commit to Brooke again, watching someone else step into the role he once held so securely rattles him to his core. The flashbacks begin to flood Ridge's mind, images of Brooke on the runway in Portofino, their passionate kisses under the Italian sun, and the many times they said they'd love each other forever. However, he is now watching Nick, not him, potentially repeat those same events. It is both a joyful and a painful reminder for Brooke when Eric plays a promotional video that shows some of her most memorable experiences in Italy. Brooke admits the video stirs beautiful memories but also ones laced with heartbreak. Ridge notices her internal conflict as he watches her, but his pride prevents him from intervening to tell her that she is still his destiny. Brooke, on the other hand, is thinking about herself. Her heart is roiling like a storm with the presence of Nick, Ridge's memories, and Eric's hope. She wants clarity, something real. While Ridge provides her with the security of history and a love that has endured the test of time, albeit battered and scarred, Nick offers her the promise of a new beginning free of the burden of the past. Nick makes every effort to persuade Brooke in Italy. He's playing to keep her, with private dinners along the Amalfi Coast and little surprises made just for her. With each romantic gesture, Brooke's defenses become softer and she is clearly moved. But Ridge, who is standing by and watching, begins to feel more and more scared. He is aware that he may lose her for good. The tension between Ridge and Nick escalates with each passing day in Italy. Brooke becomes the prize in an emotional tug-of-war that reignites old rivalries and exposes raw vulnerabilities. Ridge can't hide his jealousy as he watches Brooke smile with Nick, laugh at his jokes, and let herself be swept up in the romance of it all. Ridge's disinterested demeanor is also noticed by Taylor. Though she's currently in a relationship with Ridge, the distance in his eyes and the longing glances he casts toward Brooke don't go unnoticed. Taylor starts to wonder if Ridge really did leave Brooke behind, or if she was just a woman to fill a void. Ridge is being pushed toward honesty by Eric, who keeps dropping subtle hints. Even after all these years, he tells Ridge that love is not about who does the right thing or makes the best gesture. Rather, it is about who makes your heart beat faster. For Ridge, the answer is becoming clearer with every moment he watches Brooke from afar.